communication about their why, as it relates to people on the outside looking in, it's never communicated to the people on the outside. So the people on the outside just develop a perception about what it is that they see. So I look at that and I say to myself, now, if my why is purposeful, then that puts me in a position to be able to say just what I said, and that is earlier, which is I take no offense for what somebody might say, and I realize that embarrassment is a choice. As long as I have a leadway where I can turn and go another way, if that's what I so choose to do. And I relate that at the same time to a mentor of mine said this to me, and I have found it to be very true. He said to me, he said, for all those, and this was before I became the person that I am now, and obviously still growing, but he said this to me, and this was about 3 years ago. He said, for anybody who comes to work with you, he said, if you can't look them in their eyes and see some of you in them, they have been sent to you for a season. If you can't listen to their conversation and find you in them, in their conversation, then they have been sent to you for a season. Those people who you can see yourself in, whether it's visually or audio or even kinesthetic for that, well, kinesthetic, that's don't move that from that. But those people that you can see yourself in, those are the people that you want to give caterance to, and those are the people that you want to really, 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 really understand your why as it relates to why you're there. And I relate that to, I'll put it this way, and that's regardless of how it looks around you, because you have a why, and that why is purposeful. There are no agendas, no motives, no nothing at all. It's purposeful. And I relate that to our radio station. We had, I want to say, 7, 8, 9 people.
Mm-hmm.
7, 8, 9 people who, in my mind, like a domino effect, disappeared. They left. No, not disappeared. Let me mark that. They left.
Mm-hmm.
And when I looked at that, I said, wait a minute, this is more like a domino effect here in the fact that all of them, like one, boom, stiff, and boom, oh. And I could have very well said, became discouraged based on what I saw, but I kept moving. I kept plunging because I had my why, and I knew my why was purposeful. I had my why. I kept moving, and I kept moving, and I kept moving. Kendall, 3 days ago, 3 days, I put out a recruiting post on LinkedIn 3 days ago. In those 3 days, I got more than 900 hits on that post. I got 8 interviews, 2 of which have already been interviewed. The 2 that have been interviewed, Kendall, they look like I look, and they think like I think. Both of them are life coaches. Both of them are motivational speakers. And both of them have an affiliation with Toastmasters. If I did not have my why together in that, and it wasn't purposeful, I would have closed my hands, and I would have left the opportunity on the table, which means that I would have missed the way God was working in me and through me. And so, with 8 more interviews to go, 2 more. 2 have already been interviewed who look like we look. Look like we look. And I mean, they look exactly like we look. When I look at the fact that all who left, and we just have 1, and it's amazing to me with 1 that is there, but we have more than 1 now. But the amazing thing that the 1 who was there, who was in Desiree, when I first met her at your vision board seminar that you did, I looked her in her eyes And I saw me and her, and I listened to her conversation, and I saw me in that. And to see that she would be the only one that's there out of that bunch, that right there sends a strong message to me. And that message is, and this is where I come to a piece of encouragement for those that are under the sound of our voice. Let me help you understand something. When you have a dream and God is birthing that dream, I don't care what it looks like. I don't care who comes. I don't care who goes. Don't you ever walk away from what that dream is. Because what you're doing, when you abort that dream, you abort your why, and you abort the reason that you had to help somebody else. These people that are now coming into the station, they have answers. And so when they come with answers, what that does is it opens up a platform. And none of them are in Baltimore. We have one that's in Florida and one that's in Detroit that's coming forth. But my point is, if I did not have my why about my purpose, why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I was operating with an agenda, with a motive, everything was heightened around prosperity and money and all of that sort of thing, guess what? God wouldn't have revealed himself to me like he did. He wouldn't have did it. And I know he wouldn't have did it because I know how he works with me. Because God has a why when it comes to me. He has a why when it comes to everybody. It's about how you use that why when it comes to him. So at the end of the day, I come out and I'm saying, I'm looking at this today after I interviewed these two people. Out of the 8, I'm looking at this today, and this is amazing. How both of them got affiliations with Toastmasters. They're life coaches, they're authors, they're speakers, the whole 9 yards. The whole 9 yards. Nothing missing, nothing broken. But if I did not stay in contact with my why, and for those people who out there who have a dream somewhere within you, and people that work with you have left you and they're talking, let them talk. And when they go, let them go. Because if you don't see yourself look in their eyes and see yourself in them and look in their conversation and see yourself in their conversation, they are with you for a season. They're with you for a season. But I'm so glad that I didn't fold my hands and allow what I saw to abort my dreams. So in other words, it was a test. It was a test. It's really what it was. And I embraced the test. And so what I have done, because I see it now because of a test, and I kept my why in place, I see it as a part of my maturation process that all of them left like a domino effect. I see it as that. And the reason why I see it as that is because I realized that I stayed the course of the test. And it was a test for me. It wasn't a test for nobody else. It was a test for me. To see if, in fact, that I was going to continue the course. And when I continued the course, what was on the other side is people who are coming out of the woodwork as it relates to the dream that I have. So all those under the sound of my voice, don't abort your dreams based on what you see. Don't abort your dreams based on people coming and going, because they're going to do that anyway. What you have to understand is what your why is. As long as your why is purposeful, God is going to bless it. He's going to bless it as long as it's purposeful. If it's not purposeful, he is not going to bless it. It's just that simple. He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. So I say in that, I documented this because I'm going to put it somewhere that this was a part of my maturation process. It was a part, it had to be. Because I didn't know that these people were coming the way that they're coming. Last time I checked, there were 900 and something hits off that post. 900. And 2 of them I've already interviewed out of the 8 talking like I'm talking. Like we're talking. 2 of them. And I believe 8 is going to be talking like we're talking. Because, see, to me, some people are assigned to you. And then there are others that are not. which is why I can say that it's proof and truth in what my mentor told me. When you can look a person in their eye and see yourself in them, or listen to their conversation and see yourself in their conversation, those are the ones. Everybody else, they just there for a season. They just there. But I'm so glad that it happened the way that it happened. I say hands up. I'm so glad that it happened the way that it did. I wouldn't have written it no other way. Because it's a part of my maturation process. The most important thing that I could have ever did in that, no matter how it looked, keep my why in place. That's what I've learned. And I learned all of this by what is coming to me now on the other side. Like Adele, hello from the other side. Because I'm on the other side now of the test.
All right.
One of the things I said was, it's strange to me, and I said this to a couple people, it's strange to me that they would leave in a balance of power. And my mentor slowly reminded me, remember what I told you. If you can see yourself in them, if you can hear yourself in them, those are the ones that have been sent to you. Otherwise, they're in your life for a season. And so you may as well, get ready for them to leave anyway. That's exactly what was said to me. But understand your why.
And I
think don't let nobody abort your dreams because of what you see. No. Forget that. Because, see, with your dream, it's not about the here and now anyway. It's about the thing that's down the road that you really can't see, that you haven't reached yet.
Right. I want to pull it back. We're about to end now, and I thank you for your testimony. I want to just pull back to the topic at hand so we can wrap up. We were talking about lost in translation, the tone and content of communication, and how you communicate and what kind of tone you use, and are you using the right words? Are you hurting people's feelings with what you're saying? Are you affecting them once you hang up the phone or once that text goes through or that email goes through? So I definitely want to end with our topic. Thank you for sharing your testimony, Leroy, about your maturation process. But so I just want to, before we leave, I just want to say to everyone to just really make sure you think about who's on the other end of that telephone, who's on the other end of that email or text. I think everybody deserves respect. I think everybody deserves you to reread an email or reread a text, or to watch the words that you use and the tone and the language and all of that good stuff. Because at the end of the day, we don't want to offend anyone. We don't want to offend anyone with our words and what we say and how we say it. So we do have to pay more attention to the way we say things. So I just wanted to say that we thank you for watching. Had a show before where people would watch, so pardon me. But we thank you so much for listening to Life Enhancement Radio. As Leroy just stated, we are looking for other hosts. So if you are interested in hosting your own show, Life Enhancement Radio Station at gmail.com. Also, as Leroy mentioned, we are a part of Toastmasters. You can reach us at the same email for that, or you can go to lifeenhancementconsultinggroup.com for more information about all of that. And I also want to talk about our coaching school. We have a coaching school, Life Enhancement Coaching Institute. If you're looking to be a certified life coach, business coach, executive coach, any type of coach, you can contact us at lifeenhancementconsultinggroup.com. Leroy, anything you want to add?
I would just say, Kendall, I think you're doing a great job hosting. I think you should do that for the rest of the month. With that, I think that you should do that. I would just simply say to everybody, once again, don't let what you see dictate the outcome of the dream that you have. Keep your why in front of you. Keep the things that excite you in front of you. And move with what, God has given you to move with. You have a dream, go after it.